Hello and welcome to the Derdack integration series. Today we're going to go over the Derdack SIGNL4 integration with the Datadog program. You'll see here that I have loaded up my SIGNL4 web portal as well as my SIGNL4 mobile app on the right hand side. So let's say that I am a Datadog user and I have my Datadog instance loaded up as well, but I need to be able to alert my users via their phones to make sure that they receive it no matter where they are out in the field or maybe even in the office, just not at their desk working with another user. This will enable for quicker acknowledgments of alerts as they arise and allow your users to get working on the issues quicker and more efficiently to allow the alerts themselves to be resolved and everything to be resume normal working operations as quickly as possible to help with your downtime in case of an incident arising. So we can integrate with the Datadog system and serve as that phone system to allow your users to be alerted no matter where they're at. But in order to do this, we need to first create the integration between the SIGNL4 and Datadog systems. And these are the steps we're going to go over today. So first off here, you'll notice that we have our Datadog as well as our SIGNL4 loaded up. So allow me to go ahead and create this integration between these two systems. Our first steps are going to take place inside of the Datadog system where we need to create a connection between Datadog and SIGNL4. So allow me to do this first step by going under integrations and integrations again inside the Datadog. And what we want to do on this page is we want to search for the webhook tile, and once we have that tile, go ahead and click on it to open up that configuration. Inside of this configuration, we need to set our SIGNL4 webhook to allow Datadog to send to this endpoint. So we need to click on a new webhook, and then we need to enter the webhook name. In this case, I entered SIGNL4, and you can enter anything in this system that allows you to quickly look through and know exactly where you're sending this to. Once we input the name, next up we need the URL. So for the URL, if we go back to our SIGNL4, and I go back under my teams here and select my team, and then click on the apps option, and scroll down, we will actually see a Datadog connector. And if I click on this page here, it is going to open up the information page for your Datadog connection. The important part here is we have more information on what you're going to need for the connection on this sentence here. So if I click on the here link, it's going to actually load up my Datadog integration page. And if I scroll down in this page, we'll actually see that we can set up integration for Datadog alerts and Datadog incidents to allow both of these items to be sent to SIGNL4. We just requires a different connector inside of Datadog for both of these items. For today's purposes, since the steps are going to be the same, we're going to focus on the incidents to allow me to just focus on one item and send these items over to SIGNL4. So the first thing we need here is we need this URL. And you'll see right here we have the entire URL listed out for your user with the sole exception of the team secret inside the URL. This needs to be replaced with your team's team secret when you paste this into the Datadog system. So let me go ahead and grab this up for us and go back over to my Datadog page. And I need to go ahead and paste this in the webhook URL page. And then come back over here to where I have my team secret and remove the team secret text, including the brackets, and input my team secret. Next up, we actually want to change out the payload as well. So let me go ahead and erase the payload that I have here and then go back over to my page. We have a payload on this page for you to copy and just paste into that box. And you can edit this payload if needed to add or remove any of these parameters as you need, with the sole exception of there are a couple that we need to leave in there, and that is going to be the incident status parameter, the external ID parameter, and the system source parameter. These three parameters have to be in there, but the rest of this can be added or edited as you. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and click on the Save button. Once that's saved, next up we need to go back into Datadog and we need to create a couple of incident rules to allow us to send incidents over to SIGNL4 as needed. So let me go back in here, and under that we need to go to Monitors, and then Settings, and then click on the Rules button. And you'll see here that I already have a rule created, so I'm going to open this up. For you, you'll just click on the New Rule button. And now we need to choose what we want to send over to SIGNL4. So as far as the severity and the services, you can add any items you wished in here, including all of these items if you would like, as well as these services. You just find what you need to inside the services box, and you can add those as well. The items that we need you to add are going to be under other attributes. We need the state active and the state resolved added into this box. In addition to that, under the notify, we want to select the webhook that you just created. So it's going to be called @webhook and then the name that you gave it. So in my case, SIGNL4. So I'm going to select that option. And then at the very bottom, there's a checkbox here that's grayed out on my system because it's already created. But for a new rule, you'll see a checkbox for re-notify for status changes. It's going to be checked by default, and we want to leave that checked. And this will allow two-way communication between Datadog and SIGNL4, allowing your users to update a ticket in one instance and have that instance carry over into the other instance. So if I close the ticket inside of SIGNL4, that closure will move over to Datadog and will close the incident there as well, enabling your users to just do it in one place and have it carry over into both systems. Once we've added all these notification rules, we want to go ahead and click on the Save button. And now we actually need to set up the SIGNL4 connector to read from the Datadog system. So what for this we need to do is go back over to my SIGNL4, and we want to create a new Datadog instance. And once that's in here, you need to input your URL. And then you'll see here that we need an application key and an API key. So we need to create these and send those over as well. So let me go back over here to my Datadog. And I'm going to click on the user down here at the bottom in Organization Settings. And this is going to open up the new page where you'll see both API keys and application keys. So let me go ahead and click on the API key first. I'm going to click on the new key button. And we can call this SIGNL4 or a SIGNL4 return because this is data returning to Datadog from SIGNL4. Just whatever name you give it, as long as you know what it is at first glance. Next up, we want to click on the create key. Once that's done, make sure you copy the key here and then go back over to your SIGNL4 system, and we want to paste this API key into the API key field. Next up, we need the same thing for an application key. So let me go ahead and go back over here to my Datadog, and next up I want to actually go under the application keys menu option and create a new application key. And we're going to call this one SIGNL4 return or SIGNL4, whatever you, again, want to name it, as long as you know what it is at first glance. And then click on the create key button. And we'll get the same box. So now we want to take the application key and go over to our Datadog connector in SIGNL4 and paste that application key in here. Underneath of that, we have one last option there called acknowledgement as stable. And this just says when this is turned on, when a user inside of SIGNL4 acknowledges a Datadog alert, it's going to set the Datadog incident to stable. And you can leave this checked or unchecked at your discretion. For my purposes, we're going to leave this checked right now. So next up, you're going to want to click on the create button. And once that happens, you will see a new Datadog connector inside of your system. And it'll be set to enabled with blue, hopefully. That'll let you know that the connection is there. It's reading from the remote system, and it is ready to receive an alert and work properly. So now that we've set all of these settings, now let's see this new connection in action. So let me go ahead and close out of my mobile app over here, and then go back over to Datadog here. And what I want to do is I want to go under Monitors and create a new incident. And I'm going to go ahead and just create this at severity 3. It does not matter because I chose all of these severities inside of my rule. And set it to Outlook is down just so we have a ticket and declare incident. And when I create this incident, you'll actually see this incident show up under my SIGNL4 app. You'll see we got a new signal. If I open this up, you'll see that my new signal is here. and I can see all the information that was in the alert to let me know where this incident was and what information, so I know how to move forward from here with this incident. So let me go ahead and click on the acknowledge button saying that I'm working on this. So I click on ACK. You'll see that my picture shows up in the SIGNL4 app saying I acknowledged it. And you'll see over here in Datadog that the incident actually shows stable and that it was moved to stable after 1 minute by a user, in this case Patrick, as that is who created the app and who I'm logged into as inside the Datadog. So next up, let me go ahead and close this app inside of SIGNL4, and we'll see this closure show up in Datadog as well. So here we have the closure, and now we see that it's set to resolved, and we see who resolved it inside of the recent timeline entries, and if we view all, we'll show the entire timeline. And we'll see that this was worked by the user Patrick. So now let's see this two-way communication work the other way. So let me go ahead and create a new incident and create that incident, and we'll see this incident show up in here inside of SIGNL4 now. So now I'm going to go ahead and resolve this incident inside the Datadog, and we'll see this resolution carry into SIGNL4 and actually close the ticket with the system icon as we see here. And if I go ahead and open up this alert, we'll see that it's closed. We have the system icon. And if I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see here that this alert was closed by the event source or API, in this case, the event source using the API. To let you know that the system is what closed the ticket and not an actual user inside of SIGNL4, but a user inside of the remote system. And this is the integration between SIGNL4 and Datadog and how SIGNL4 can help enhance the ability for you to send alerts from Datadog to your on-duty personnel and reach them at the right time with the right information at any place they may be. You can sign up for a free SIGNL4 trial at signal4.com/free-trial-test. And this is a completely free trial for 30 days with no credit card required. Thank you and have a nice day.